Hello, happy Thursday, everybody.
I know.
Good morning.
Good morning. A day closer to Friday, right, Rodney?
One day closer, right?
Yep.
If you have your Friday.
That's true.
If you're,
That's
you know.
true. Megan works all the time, though, it seems like these days, but you finally get this weekend off, which will be
I
nice.
will, yes.
It'll
It's
be
been
good.
great
It'll
to
be good.
join you all during the week, but it'll be nice to have a few days off for sure. Hope everybody's doing great today. We just hopped off the air. Hope you're up with us bright and early for CBS 46 News. We have some talkers we want to get to. We're starting with face masks.
Yeah, it's
kind of confusing,
yeah.
to tell you the truth. I mean, Governor Kemp just issued that order that said that local municipalities like the city of Atlanta, they can't usurp his authority to say you don't have to mandate masks. You know, a lot of cities have done that. The governor says no, it's suggested, strongly suggested, but not mandated.
And now we're talking about stores because Kroger, Walmart, Sam's Club, and Kohl's will now all require masks for their shoppers. Initially, many were worried about making people mad maybe by asking them to have to wear masks, but there's been a shift recently as the coronavirus pandemic worsens and we're seeing more and more cases. So, Rodney, what is our question with this today?
So the question is, first of all, are you okay with the increasing number of stores that are requiring masks? But more importantly, and Fred and I have talked about this a lot, will you actually go shopping now, now that a lot of the stores are requiring masks? I've seen people on one side of the spectrum who just love to be able to get out, but I also just talked to a friend of mine who lives in my district, and I asked her, you know, when are you going to come out again? And she's like, I don't trust anybody, not until at least Labor Day. So like, where do you fall on that spectrum now that the masks are being required in a lot of the more popular stores? Does that make you more likely to shop or no?
Well, I haven't been going to too many stores during all of this, but when I do, I've been wearing the mask for sure, and I have no problem wearing it. Absolutely. How about you guys?
Yeah, I probably haven't been to a lot of stores either, Megan. I mean, the grocery store for sure, and I always wear my mask, and I may have gone into maybe one other store and wore a mask. Actually, it was a bookstore, it was Barnes & Noble, and I think they required us to wear a mask inside the store, but you know, I'm still just trying to limit where I go because the more exposed you are, the more likely you are to maybe come in contact with somebody that is positive. And so, you know, if I can limit my exposure, I do.
Brad, how about you?
Yeah, I've been wearing my mask in the store since since we've been allowed to go in the stores or whenever that the real lockdown kind of eased. So yes, I always wear my mask, but the two big ones yesterday were Kroger and Walmart. And it's interesting because my wife went to Kroger yesterday and she happened to mention a couple of things. One, she said there were a fair amount of people not wearing masks. This was before that mandate came down. So this was in the morning with the mandate happening during the afternoon. The other thing that she mentioned was that she saw someone without a mask on berating a Kroger employee because the woman was asking the employee where the bacon was, and the employee was trying to tell her, and she's like, I can't hear you through that mask on your face. So there are some people who don't want to wear the mask, and I did tell my wife, that's what your phone is for, to record that so that we can use it.
Fred, you didn't. Okay, so you know what? A similar story. I actually have a close friend who is COVID-19 positive. So she tested positive. She's wearing her mask. She's getting fuel. She's on the kind of the tail end of it. And she was out getting fuel. The person on the other side of the pump looked at her, she said, with kind of a, what I say, the hairy eyeball, giving her a dirty look and said, you think that mask is really going to protect you? And my friend responded, I don't know, but I think it might protect you from me being positive. So I don't know. I think people have just got to get over this whole thing and let people, if you want to wear a mask, wear it, and don't give them any grief over it.
So Kavir, I actually have a similar story to what Fred was talking about. For the first time ever, I was in Target yesterday, and somebody, said hi as I was passing by, and I couldn't hear what the person was saying. And it's the first time this has happened because I've been in Target a lot because we both had our mask on, but it was like a 10-minute conversation that should have only taken 10 seconds. And I realized, I was like, man, we can't hear each other, but that, it's small potatoes compared to making sure that you wear your mask. Sharon Ellis is on our Facebook page. Sharon says, Yes to the question as far as would you shop more. Sharon says she hates when she goes in and it's crowded with maskless people breathing their possibly deadly virus. If it's too many cars in the lot, then she doesn't do it. So she looks at the cars in the parking lot to determine whether or not she goes in the store. And I'm seeing Alicia say yes. Jamie says no, I will not wear a mask, so I will not go shopping. And so Sparkle says absolutely. Why wouldn't the governor want people to be safe? I think that she's talking about what Gavir was saying at first. But I feel like the reaction so far is mixed on our Facebook page.
It is kind of mixed. Kimberly saying, no, I will not shop at places who require a mask and take away my constitutional rights. I will not wear a mask. So there are still people out there who just, aren't going to do it. I think it's all made a little bit easier when it is the businesses that step forward and make these mandates, because then you have that choice.
And now when you've got Walmart, saying, hey, a mask is required, I think that was kind of a biggie.
I agree. It's a huge deal. Walmart, Kroger, and so that's why the question started to trend, because before, and Megan, you mentioned this, the stores saying they didn't really want to make people mad, but now we're seeing these popular stores do this. So it's like it doesn't matter what the cities do. If the stores are saying you got to wear your mask, I mean, a lot of people, we all got to still get toilet paper.
Yeah.
So I thought that was, was
Are
an
you still
interesting
looking
question.
for toilet paper?
No, it's there. It's on the shelves.
Rodney's been on the hunt for a
had
while now.
I don't think it has to do
We had
with
that
COVID. I
toilet
think that's
paper
a different
story.
problem for Target, but whatever.
Yeah. We
What'd
had
you
that
say,
toilet
Fred?
paper story earlier in the week, and I think it was that the demand was 8.5 times what it normally is for toilet paper early on in this pandemic, and I started thinking about that. 8.5 times. So a lot of people couldn't get toilet paper, so that means that some people were probably buying like 40 times the normal amount of toilet paper that they would.
They're set.
Rodney, you just need to find those people.
Yeah, whoever went and bought it for everybody else. Yeah, if you have extra toilet paper, please.
Let Rodney know.
Send it back.
Yeah, the toilet paper's on the store shelves, but the cleaning supplies still blown out, right? When you try to go find those wipes or the sprays,
Yes.
I'm not seeing much of that. All right, well, there was something else that had us talking today. Check out this video. We'll talk on the other side of it.
I thought I heard a fish jump into my left, and turned out not to be a fish.
Oh no, that is not a fish. Look here. This is video showing an alligator lunging at a kayaker in North Carolina. Peter Joyce says he didn't even have time to react. He's going along in this beautiful setting. It's nice and calm and serene, and all of a sudden the gator just kind of flips up out of the water, and then it flipped his kayak into the water.
Mine was playing catch up at that point. I didn't realize, basically when I made out the head coming towards the front end of the kayak, I was just kind of like, state of shock. And then as soon as it thumped the kayak and then went under, I just was like, what just happened?
Yeah, what just happened? He grabbed a tree and kept himself above water. He was not hurt. He thinks this gator became aggressive because it's mating season. Woo! Can you imagine? Because it's just such a nice, calm, pretty setting, and all of a sudden, you see it there in the bottom corner. It's quick, but
I would never go
That's
back in any
interesting,
body
Megan.
of water again.
Not like that. That
No.
creeps me out. I've read way too many Greg Iles books, where he's got like down in the swamps of Louisiana and stuff. And I'm like, oh, no.
Yeah, that's interesting. Megan saying it's a nice, peaceful, serene setting. I look at that and I see the trees and the branches in the water, and I think that, okay, if it wasn't the alligator, it was going to be some huge snake. Or
Right,
something.
me too.
That is not.
oh, come on.
I'm going kayaking somewhere, that's just a lot more wide open.
Yeah.
Right.
And
So that
doesn't
brings
quite
up a
look like the
question
swamps.
for
Okay.
everybody, actually. What's your, because when I see that, I saw that this morning on the show, and it still kind of gives me makes me feel icky. What are you afraid of? Like, what's the one animal that you can't
Snakes.
handle?
Really?
Snakes, Gavir. I'm
Snakes.
actually snakes too, and alligators, but snakes too.
Yeah.
you
yeah,
know,
I'd have to put snakes pretty high on the list.
it's interesting. I've talked recently about my husband and I have been going out a lot recently, hiking during all of this. We've been going to the Chattahoochee River and fishing and hiking. It's been so fun. I've seen so many snakes recently.
Oh,
And it's kind of interesting and it's unnerving. I don't know if I'm petrified of them, but you see one and you definitely get that feeling like, okay, I'm going to walk this way.
So like you're walking on a trail? Were there trails?
Yep, I've seen them.
Okay.
I've seen them on the water, on the rocks, in the water, in the river. I saw one kind of in the brush off to the side of the trail. So I'm definitely keeping my eyes down when I'm hiking nowadays. Just
I had Megan, a dream about a snake once. Like I was asleep and I had a dream, and I literally got up and I turned all the lights on and I never
check out the blanket.
sleep. Like that's how afraid I am of
Shook
snakes.
the sheets to make sure they're,
So Fred, that snake's not only high on my list, that's number one.
Can we talk about something a little more pleasant?
Sure.
How about Lego and Nintendo?
Yes, 80s throwback.
I know, they've got this new Lego set. It recreates a 1980s Nintendo Entertainment System, all made out of Lego bricks. It's got more than 2,600 pieces, lets you build all the original parts of that console, from the controllers to the retro TV. It's got a screen that actually scrolls. And if you're interested, you can buy this starting next month.
Pretty cool.
I like it.
If it only it would
It is
work,
neat.
like
I hate
if you
the
could
fact
actually
that
play
it's
the
just
games.
so retro. Makes me feel old.
I would rather have Nintendo, right? If I had the choice between the Lego set. I love Super Mario Brothers on Nintendo. I need to find myself one of the old school consoles. Did you guys not love it growing up?
Right.
I was a Sega guy, but I love Nintendo
Okay.
too.
I liked Sega too, for sure. But man, Super
I'm
Mario
just going to
Brothers.
sit and
Killed
nod.
many a weekend.
Okay, so Terrence really quickly says coyotes and snakes on Facebook. Susan says snakes. Somebody says water moccasins. My goodness. Snakes for sure. Shy says bears.
I was going to say a bear.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
A bear versus a snake on a hike? No, thank you.
I think snakes win though in terms of what people like the least.
Okay. On that note, we'll say see you later.
Have a
Happy
great
Thursday.
day.
Bye.